Okay guys, so what we're going to be doing now is using the grid to work on scale. So sizing this drawing that's on this 1x1 grid to a larger scale on this 2x2 grid. So we're going to observe the photograph and take it one cell, one box at a time. A lot of times what artists like to do when they're doing grids is make what we call a viewfinder. So to limit yourself to seeing only, create this little like window to see only what's in that cell or that box. So the way to make a viewfinder, if you wanted, was to take like 2 square pieces of paper about the same size. And what you'll do is you'll just kind of cut out the L shape. So you cut like another square out of there, right? And then you just flip this around the other way and tape these pieces together and make sure that this box is the same box that you're looking through for your grid that you're going to be working on. So using an HB pencil, I'm going to start with just the outline of the eye. So again, I'm going to take it one box at a time. Remember, we labeled this A through F, 1 through 4 on both the drawing paper and the grid with the original photograph. So I'm going to look at one box at a time. A1, there's nothing happening in. B1, I get this little corner here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to focus on following along from what I see from one box at a time, and I'm just going to create the outline of what I see here. So what I focus on a lot of the times is like how close are the lines to the corners, how close are things to the halfway points of each cell, or each box in the grid. So you want to make sure you're always following exactly what you're looking at so that your copy is pretty precise. So I'm going to just quickly, again, I'm using an HB pencil. I'm going to quickly sketch out just the outline. Again, I'm observing it this closely, and I am looking to scale up this eye by 2. That's why our grid. A lot of you already did this part, but I just want to start from scratch so that I can help those that may need it. So I'm very lightly drawing. Notice that there's the line for the white part of the eyeball, but then there's also this imaginary line for the lashes. So you want to kind of have this like double-lipped line that's happening. And they kind of merge right here in this like C4 box is where like both lines kind of come together. You also want to draw this double ring of darkness that's in the iris. So make sure you kind of throw that in there as well as an outline. Again, I'm being very sketchy right now. Observing very closely. Not caring about the eyelashes as of yet. And just focusing on the outline. The outline of the eye, the outline of the iris, the pupil, the eyelid. This is an imaginary line, no lashes right now. I'm also going to plug in some of these like light blobbed sections. You don't have to do that, but I just kind of like, there's also this little circle that happens right here in the pupil. So I want to plug that in as well. These little light kind of shapes that happen in the tear duct. Okay, so for the outline portion, you want to have something that looks like that. So just the outline of everything kind of placed where it needs to be, following the cell box to make sure that whatever's happening in these smaller cells is now happening again in this cell, and it's placed in similar spots. So that's just for the contour outline. That's the start of how to use the grid. Now we're going to start shading in just a sec.